Hello and welcome back. We will now hear from ECOLAND Planning and Design and Sichuan Provincial Architectural Design and Research Institute from China about their project Suining South Riverfront Park. So I invite the speakers to begin with the presentation.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jenny Tang from ECOLAND. I'm representing the team to present this project. This project transformed a 4-kilometer long ecologically and socially lightless shoreline belt into a verdant, sustainable riverfront park by integrating ecological infrastructure, phytoremediation, urban weaving, and resilient strategy. A much closer water to human relationship is introduced by concealing an existing bulkhead structure beneath the sterilized terrace of landscape, inspiring by the Asian culture, drawing citizens and urban visitors towards the forgotten nature beauty of the Fujiang River. The Great Hydraulic Dam, which is quite popular in China, many cities, which has to stay in the outer edge of the city. But this forgotten linear land has been transformed into a desirable riverfront destination. A 4-kilometer long multi-ecological approach has two typical types. On the upper part is a little widened. So the strategy is to have 3-pond treatment of the wetland treat the water. The down part is a narrow strip, which has about all of them, the height elevation is about 2.5 to 4 meters of height elevation difference. The higher dam and the lower the city elevation. So we not only emphasize on the strip, but also emphasize the clear entrance arrival to this land, the connection of the land to the city. This is before how it looks, and this is after build. The wider portion, sculpted wetland, and narrow portion of the park, which including some running track, pavilions, and outlook pavilion. The phytomediation system is functional landscape. This analysis drawing built on top of the after build real image. We can see the different type of plant material has been introduced to it, follow from the upper stream to the lower stream, which the lower part would stay for merge in a 100-year flood, even if it's totally submerged by the water. And upper portion is elevation. These are connected with the city, and they can overlook the down portion of the wetland. As you can see, this is after build, and this is the typical overlook pavilion. The design enhanced the riverine habitat to promote native species diversity and welcome back the native birds, insects, and the river inhabitant, contributing to the biodiversified system. And this is a closer look to promote the biodiversified ecosystem. The landscape viewing pavilion, we have a few like Zen destination spaces and introduce the lotus, 60%, more than 70% of local native plant species. And some of the plants are on site. We make the best effort to maintain existing trees and existing ground covers. A new intercoastal shoreline has been defined, and the landscape is provided for the citizen. The recreation walkway belt above the storm water, filtrate the wetland, links together the scattered berry island, allowing visitors to fully immerse themselves to the wetland and observe and appreciate the nature. As you can see, young and old. The canopy walk which link together to the city, to the urban above, and the downside, we maintain the existing slope and which connected to the filtration pond on the edge of the park, leading to the outlook among the preserved silver, the silver jacaranda trees and some cypress trees on site. After build, you can see some weddings, a lot of wedding ceremony, people activities are happen here now. On the narrow side, this is a more urban look because it has a high elevation, and mainly we mitigate the current dam structure and design the compound platform, increase topsoil fill and planting to cover the dam. We create a new urban streetscape, and with the stepping down, slowing down the rainwater, stormwater, also define the clear entrance arrival and arrival plaza at here with some seating. You can see these seating areas and stepping down leading towards the water with the cross street access. This is the night view. And typical driver demonstrate and educate people about how to utilize rainwater. Rainwater can lead to the on-site landscape irrigation. These are the seating area typically at the entrance defined, and this design language using the local culture. Guanyin is a very famous symbolic Buddha in the culture, and the cloud, the Guanyin cloud form has been throughout in this Suining city. They are, it is the hometown of Guanyin in China's legendary. So the entrance plus this cloudy language, design language, and the walkway pavilions together overlook platforms. Define this portion of park established over the bulkhead. As I mentioned, it's about 7 feet, 2.5 meters to 4 meters. Bioengineering technique was taken to ecological, disguise in existing industrial hydraulic infrastructure. And here's the dam, and this is the upper to the top of it, and this is going down to close to the water. This is the promenade, water side panoramic on the riverfront in Bank. The promenade, the walkway, and the pavilion now provide the citizens and the visitors with a greenway to go. Urban landscape stormwater, we use the sponge technique to absorb the rainwater during the storm season. In the Suining Sichuan, in the fall, it has the heavy rain. So these all has been considered into treatment of the rainwater. This program recreational activity including running track, fitness zone, and outlook pavilion, as I mentioned, and very thin layer small water features which attract elderly and young people. This is very safe because water is only like maybe 5 centimeters depth, just a reflection. So the floating reflection river created along the urban portion, which carry on the water culture and attract people to go there as activity. As you can see, during the evening time, it has full of the people enjoying it. And elderly, young people, they are singing, and you can see people there, a movable amphitheater, a screen to show, getting close to the water orderly. And recently it has been accepted by LAF case study. We are going to continue investigating.
I'm sorry, we are running out of time. Can you please wrap it up?
This is the last page. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
In
Perfect.
conclusion of that, this project is, I'm going to show you like 1 minute to conclude this project, to get the real feel. Infrastructure preparation for urban growth along the river left behind and has turned into a new riverfront park at 10.
Project really is a park, a 47 active park in Sichuan, Sichuan. It's a park that is unusual and wonderful in the way that actually it mitigates a concrete dam that was built along the river that stopped people and the city from going to fleet the river. And this park really is a multi-level park, greenway, decks, and bridges that actually have the multi-level people up, and then also creation of the bioswales and the river, and the use of lakes, and also with biodiversity.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you for your
that
presentation.
concludes our presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
and congratulations. It's a vast scale, the project. I mean, it's very complex. So congratulations. So maybe my question would be, maybe you said it, but I may overhear it. Did you make this archipelago of these islands? That was made anew. That's new. Okay. The
These
islands where
islands
you have.
are.
Did you design them?
New.
They were not.
I think they're new. They're called the bioswales.
Sorry.
This is based on existing. There are some mud need to be cleaned, need to be dig out. So we use the minimum cut and fill method. Work with the hydraulic engineer just to clean a little bit to form a kind of like a pond. Introduce the plant material to become a wetland. So it's not really engineering pond. There are some existing boring structures. We use the minimum influence to the existing site feature, but at the same time clearing the water and maintain, introduce more biomaterial.
Mm-hmm. And since the project has a really strong focus on biodiversity, did you leave out any areas where people can't go, so animals can maybe be more at peace there? Did you stop people to going from any of the parts of this biodiversity area, or they can go all over the place?
They can go all over the place, but at the beginning, as you can see, not very much biodiversity on the existing site, and people are more encouraged to the top part, as well as the urban portion of this portion. The upper joint south bank has more activity to encourage people. And the northern part, it only has a walkway walking through that to get close, and which is quite like this. Afterwards, quite much like this. So this is a quieter area in the wetland compared to the other portion.
Okay, thank you. So Lily, do you have any questions?
Well, first of all, I just would say what a fantastic project. It's so exciting to see this well-developed layers of the green infrastructure, grey infrastructure, the humans, and to see you kind of thinking hard about the long-term problems of climate change and increasing floods and how we bring people to the river and also get them to enjoy it. So congratulations for showing us your work. I guess I'm interested, one of the questions I had was from your notes about kind of relationship to Asian culture, which you explained a bit in these cloud-like forms and the rings around the trees, which I was pleased to hear about. But I wonder if you could talk us, and you've spoken a little bit now about construction, if you could just talk us through some of the choice of materials that you had and why you chose those materials, and any issues that you came into during the construction of the project. Actually, I'm just interested at this scale and how long the project took to build. So if we could talk a little bit more about the details and construction, please.
This portion is more closer to the city. The city is about less than 5 million population. So it has to hold certain amount of visitor with some pavement. So although we want to have minimum paving plaza, but still there is some need. We use some natural stone, and most of the material are local. We get it from the local material. And also we introduce the dry well, like this half circle is, and this group of trees are existing trees. So other than the soft material as much as local native plant material, the hard material, we pretty much use the local material as well as some solar electrical on the top of the overlook pavilion to try to generate for the landscape lighting during the night and reuse the water for irrigation.
Okay, so we have about a minute left. Todd, would you add a question?
I have a quick question. I was just, this is a waterfront project, but I was just unclear how it actually relates to the neighboring city. Is this sort of like a fringe that goes around the waterfront? Does it have any links with the town itself? Is it cut off from, I can see there's a motorway or something. I was just wondering how it connected.
Okay, this last page probably show you the relation between the city. It's right next to it is the bridge, and if from the very beginning, the overall master plan, I can show you a little bit. This is the strip, and here's the city. Across this road is adjacent to our site, and across the water there's an island belong to the city as well. So this river flowing through here, this strip, they need to have a hydraulic dam. It's like a flood prevention dam. It has to be stayed by the engineer requirement. And in a lot of city in China, adjacent to the water, they would have this eyesore dam staying there with the strip of land. Normally, nothing going on there. So this project, we not only try to utilize this strip of the land, also try to demonstrate a way which can be hopefully applied in other places.
Okay, thank you very much. We are completely out of time now, so we really have to finish. Sorry, we would like to hear more, but the time is up. So thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.